What is up, YouTubers? Welcome back to a brand new special video. So again, like every Tuesday, I'll be reviewing Raw. This was the Raw for May the 4th be with you. Very special day for me. So let's get into it. First, we got the MVP VIP Lounge with the women's competitors last week. They did it with the men's competitors on Money in the Bank, at least the Raw side. That was pretty good. And then we got the Gauntlet match that took up probably most of the time. We got Bobby Lashley versus Titus O'Neil for the first thing. Thought it was kind of, I like them building up Bobby Lashley to be this dominant character instead of like a joke, which they used to be. But, they had Titus O'Neil, Akira Tozawa, and Shelton Benjamin all get absolutely crushed by Bobby Lashley, and I like all three of those guys. But then they had Roberto Carlito, Angel Garza, and Austin Theory have like long matches. I just wish that they would take those three guys and swap them almost, just because I'm a huge fan of Bobby Lashley, don't get me wrong, but I wish instead of he only had one pretty long match in this, and I honestly like seeing him compete. I don't want to, I like him, doesn't mean I want to see him absolutely crush, you know what I'm saying? Like, I want to see him actually compete and show off his abilities. And Titus O'Neil, big fan of Akira Tozawa, big fan of Shelton Benjamin, big fan of, I get it, those aren't really WWE's guys. For some reason, Vince McMahon doesn't like to push particularly those three guys. So, I don't know. And then we got Lashley versus Roberto Carlito. He did get the victory. Angel Garza comes out. He gets the victory. Just the, classic squash match where the underdog keeps getting roll-up victories until the last guy comes out and he gets absolutely dominated. So he did that with Austin Theory. And then AJ Styles came out, his return, which is really cool to see him. Very happy that he's in the Money in the Bank. Would have liked Edge a lot more just because AJ Styles, he has his time. Like, he's in his probably prime right now, or maybe it'll probably like a little bit like towards his end of the New Japan, towards the end of his indie career, maybe he was in his prime, but right now he's still in that prime area, so he still has a lot more to go. Edge doesn't have that many years, so I guess it would be smarter to do it with a crowd, bring back Edge and have him get a title run, but even on Money in the Bank, it would be better to have a crowd. But anyways, then we got the top 10 moments in Money in the Bank history, which was a cool little segment. And then we got Seth Rollins interview, which we had. It was pretty good, just building up that Drew McIntyre and Seth Rollins match. Cedric Alexander and Ricochet versus, I called them the MVP boys, but they're not really, because here's the thing about that. It's like Shane Thorne and stuff like that, just like the jobbers. But MVP is supposed to be like this big guy, like endorsing them, whatever, but he's not really a manager. I thought he was going to be more of a manager, and then he'd be like ringside and stuff like that, but he's basically just pumping them up, and they did get the victory. I'm so surprised about that. Not sure how I feel about it. I'm a little disappointed that MVP is with them. Just, they've been built up as jobbers, and they didn't really have much. They didn't really impress me too much, too. It was more Ricochet and Cedric Alexander that I was really impressed with after that match, because they just got a few hits in and then a roll-up victory. Or not a roll-up, they actually won by clean, but just a few hits in and then one big boot that set off Ricochet. But, I don't know, and then we got Street Profits versus Viking Raiders, another pretty, it was entertaining. I just don't see, I used to not understand why I was, really looking forward to this matchup, but why didn't they save it for Money in the Bank? But now I see it because they wanted to give Viking Raiders a victory, and they probably didn't. If it was all Money in the Bank, they would have to make it a title match. And now I get it, kind of. But Viking Raiders surprisingly took up the victory. And then we got Drew McIntyre versus Buddy Murphy. That was a pretty good match, but then obviously we all know Drew McIntyre won. So as for a go-home show, not really the best. The Ricochet, the two tag team matches, and the ending was good. It felt like that gauntlet match was a little bit. It was really disappointing. So that's why I'm probably going to give this like a 6.5, maybe 7, because, the two tag team matches were really good, especially that Cedric Alexander Ricochet match. That was probably the match of the night, just because Cedric Alexander and Ricochet are really good together. They're amazing. But just not really a big fan of the show. Hopefully SmackDown can do a little bit better. I think the glitch is coming, either to SmackDown or Money in the Bank. So I'm excited to see that, and I'll see you later. Peace.